Zombie video games transport players into harrowing post-apocalyptic landscapes where the undead roam freely, creating an atmosphere of constant peril and tension. Through a mix of survival, horror, and action elements, players must scavenge for resources, strategize their movements, and engage in intense combat encounters against waves of relentless zombies. So in this video, we are going to look 20 best zombie games for low-end PC.
What's happening here? It's not contained.
Project Zomboid is an open-world, isometric video game developed by British and Canadian independent developer The Indie Stone. The game is set in the post-apocalyptic, zombie-infested exclusion zone of the fictional Knox Country, formerly Knox County, Kentucky, United States, where the player is challenged to survive for as long as possible. The game features a hardcore RPG skill set, a vast map, massively customizable sandbox, and a cute tutorial raccoon. The game can be played alone or in multiplayer mode, where players can loot, build, craft, fight, farm, and fish in a struggle to survive.
There was a gas station back out on the road. I took the car and risked the noise it made.
I'm guessing that's whispering.
Left 4 Dead 2 is a first-person shooter game developed and published by Valve. It is the sequel to Left 4 Dead and was released in November 2009. The game is set in the zombie apocalypse and takes place in the cities, swamps, and cemeteries of the Deep South, from Savannah to New Orleans across 5 expansive campaigns. The game features a cooperative action horror FPS gameplay, where players can play as one of 4 new survivors armed with a wide and devastating array of classic and upgraded weapons. The game also includes a variety of carnage-creating melee weapons, from chainsaws to axes and even the deadly frying pan.
A dining room.
Resident Evil HD is a remastered version of the original Resident Evil game, developed and published by Capcom. The game features new control options, widescreen support, and improved high-definition graphics to the survival horror classic. The game is set in the mansion of the Arklay Mountains, where a special forces team is sent to investigate bizarre murders on the outskirts of Raccoon City. Upon arriving, they are attacked by a pack of bloodthirsty dogs and are forced to take cover in the mansion. The game features a single-player mode where players can play as one of 2 characters, Jill Valentine or Chris Redfield, and explore the mansion, solve puzzles, and fight off zombies and other monsters.
What is it?
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it.
This is Dr. Marcus. Please be silent as we reflect upon our company motto.
Resident Evil 0 HD is a remastered version of the 2002 Nintendo GameCube original, serving as a prequel to the Resident Evil series. Set before the mansion incident, the game follows STARS member Rebecca Chambers and ex-Marine convict Billy Cohen as they navigate a zombie-infested train. Players control both characters, emphasizing teamwork in the face of limited resources and challenging puzzles. The remaster brings enhanced graphics, updated controls, and improved character models while maintaining the classic survival horror atmosphere.
You're safe now. Did you kill 23 people? I'm not going to judge you.
There Are Billions is a post-apocalyptic steampunk strategy game developed by Onechanbara Games. The game is set in a distant future where humanity is on the brink of extinction due to a zombie apocalypse. The player's objective is to build and manage human colonies that can survive against the billions of infected zombies that seek to annihilate the remaining living humans. The game offers 2 modes, campaign and survival. In the campaign mode, players lead the campaign under the orders of Quintus Crane, ruler of the New Empire, and reconquer the lands devastated by the infected.
Survive out there?
Dead Frontier 2 is a free-to-play online survival horror game set in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by zombies. Developed by Neil Yates and his team at Creaky Corps Limited, the game offers players an immersive experience where they must scavenge for resources, craft weapons, and fight hordes of undead creatures. Featuring a vast open world filled with danger and mystery, players can explore abandoned buildings, interact with NPCs, and engage in intense PvE and PvP combat. Dead Estate is a fast-paced, challenging, roguelike shooter developed by Milkbar Lads and published by Two Left Thumbs. The game is set in a monster-filled mansion where the player must ascend the floors and collect items and weapons while tackling grueling challenges and discovering secrets and unlockables along the way. The game features 10 unique characters with distinct playstyles and alternate costumes, over 100 weapons and 220 items to make each run unique, and Blessing and Curse run modifiers to maximize replayability.
Okay, who the...
Crawling, shooting, searching, running everywhere while trouble's coming. Was always breathing down my neck, but I am not succumbing.
Dead Effect 2 is a first-person shooter developed by Badfly Interactive. Set in a sci-fi universe, the game offers both single-player and multiplayer modes, with players embarking on a mission to fight against hordes of zombies and other mutated creatures aboard a space station. Players can choose from multiple characters, each with unique abilities and skills, and customize their weapons and gear to suit their playstyle. The game features intense action, stunning graphics, and a compelling storyline with branching narrative paths, providing a dynamic and immersive experience. The Walking Dead, the Telltale Definitive, is a comprehensive collection that gathers all 4 seasons. This compilation includes all episodes from The Walking Dead, Season 1, Season 2, A New Frontier, and the final season, along with bonus content such as behind-the-scenes features, developer commentary, and concept art galleries. Players follow the journey of protagonist Clementine as she navigates through a world ravaged by the undead, facing difficult choices and forming relationships with other survivors. The series is known for its emotionally resonant storytelling, branching narratives, and player-driven decision-making, allowing players to shape the outcome of the story based on their choices.
It's time to heat it up, it's time to light the fire.
Onechanbara Z2 Chaos is an action hack-and-slash game developed by Tamsoft and published by D3 Publisher. Set in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by zombies, the game follows a group of scantily clad female protagonists known as the Vampirics as they battle through hordes of undead creatures using a combination of melee and ranged combat. Players control 4 characters with distinct abilities and fighting styles, chaining together combos and special attacks to decimate their enemies. The game also features multiplayer modes, character customization options, and unlockable costumes, adding replay value to the chaotic zombie-slaying mayhem. Skyhill is a survival roguelike game developed by Mandragora and published by Daedalic Entertainment. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world where the player is trapped in a hotel and must fight their way down from the penthouse to the first floor. The game features randomly generated maps, over 100 weapons, and 220 items to make each run unique. The game also includes various special abilities to unlock, turn-based combat with a sophisticated risk and reward system, and fast travel with the elevator. You Will Die Here Tonight is a survival horror game developed by Spiral Bound Interactive LLC. The game is set in a mansion called Breckenridge Hall, where the player must explore and fight against the monsters that lurk within. The game features top-down retro aesthetics and pulse-pounding first-person combat. Players must scavenge for supplies, solve puzzles, and upgrade their gear to survive.
You are one of the last living souls in Germany. A sharpshooter without equal.
Zombie Army Trilogy is a third-person shooter developed and published by Rebellion Developments. It combines 3 standalone campaigns from the Sniper Elite series, where players fight against hordes of undead Nazi soldiers unleashed by Hitler's last stand. Set in an alternate World War II timeline, the game features intense co-op gameplay for up to 4 players as they navigate through levels filled with zombies, occult enemies, and terrifying bosses. Players can choose from a variety of characters with unique abilities and weapons, including sniper rifles, shotguns, and explosives, to eliminate the undead threat.
Of your bullets as they shred the putrid organs and brittle bones of the undead. But most of all, aim for the head.
There's been so many of them. Too many. And I remember them all.
Fatal Zone is an auto shooter with roguelike and RPG elements developed by Midhard Games and published by 101XP. The game is set in a world devastated by a deadly virus where humanity is on the brink of extinction. The player's objective is to exterminate hordes of zombies, collect resources, upgrade their camp, and level up mercenaries to save humanity. The game features various locations and character classes along with a lot of unique perks and weapons. Also lots of mutations that change character stats randomly.
After that, we sent Marcus. He was strong, and he got stronger and more experienced after every run. He did a
We should have taken the stairs.
The Typing of the Dead, Overkill, is a unique and humorous spin-off of the classic light gun arcade game, The House of the Dead, Overkill, developed by Modern Dream and published by Sega. In this game, players must type out words or phrases quickly and accurately to defeat hordes of zombies and other grotesque creatures instead of using traditional shooting mechanics. Set in a campy, B-movie inspired universe, the game features over-the-top characters, dialogue, and scenarios, adding to its charm and humor.
At first, they told us just to stay home, lock our doors, and wait for the all clear. Then the power died.
State of Decay is an open-world survival horror game developed by Undead Labs and published by Microsoft Studios. Set in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by zombies, players must manage a group of survivors as they scavenge for resources, build and fortify their base, and fend off hordes of undead threats. The game emphasizes resource management, community building, and exploration, with players able to switch between different characters with unique skills and abilities. As players progress, they must make tough decisions that impact the survival of their group, including choices regarding alliances, resource allocation, and which missions to undertake.
It's gonna be okay now, Katie.
I can't get a signal. Why can't I get a
Dead Rising 2 is an action-adventure game developed by Capcom. Set in a zombie-infested open-world environment, players assume the role of Chuck Green, a former motocross champion who must survive a zombie outbreak in the fictional city of Fortune City while uncovering the truth behind the epidemic. The game features a variety of weapons and improvised tools for players to use against the undead horde, as well as the ability to combine items to create unique and powerful weapons. In addition to the main story missions, players can engage in side activities and rescue survivors scattered throughout the city. Dead Rising 2 also introduces the popular combo weapons system, allowing players to combine different items to create devastating weapons. Undying is a survival video game developed by Vanimals and published by Skystone Games. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world where the player controls a woman named Anling, who has been bitten by a zombie. Anling must teach her son Cody to survive before she loses her humanity. The game features RPG, adventure, and action elements, and players must manage Anling and Cody's health, hunger, and thirst by searching, cooking, and crafting items to survive another day. Dead Island Definitive Edition is a remastered version of the original Dead Island game developed by Techland and published by Deep Silver. Set on the fictional island of Banoi, the game follows a group of survivors who must fend off hordes of zombies while uncovering the truth behind the outbreak. Players can choose from multiple characters, each with their own unique abilities and skill trees, as they explore the open-world environment, complete quests, and engage in melee-focused combat against the undead. The final station is a side-scrolling action-adventure game developed by Do My Best Games and published by Tinnybuild. Set in a post-apocalyptic world plagued by mysterious afflictions, players assume the role of a trained conductor tasked with navigating through various landscapes, picking up survivors, and delivering them to safe havens while uncovering the truth behind the global calamity. The game features a blend of exploration, resource management, and survival elements, with players needing to scavenge for supplies, maintain their train, and fend off threats both on board and at various stations.